Today I want to talk a little bit about the tune Satin by Duke Ellington, Billy Strayhorn, and Johnny Mercer. We're just going to deal with the instrumental and some voicings that you can use. First of all, if you look at the beginning, if you already know your rootless voicings in the left hand, it would be and then D7 or D13, and then D flat 9 or 13, and then C 6, 9. And then going to, for a turnaround, I just like to use an A7 with a sharp 9. So this voicing. Maybe that, but I prefer this. And then turn it back around. For the bridge, letter B, it goes from 2 to 5, 2, 5, 1, and F major. So this is a G minor 7, G minor 9, and then just drop the bottom note a half step, and you have a C 13, 9. So it's like a 2 and a 5 and F major. Then we resolve on F major 9. Okay. Then we repeat this starting with A minor. So that's a 2, 5 in G. So we got A minor, A minor 9 to D13. Bring it back to A minor to D. And then just go straight to, you can either do a 2, 5, so a D minor, going D minor 9 to a G13, or you could just go straight to the G, G9 or G13, and then break. And that's where you can do some improv in the one measure. And then it repeats. C is just the same. So now, doing the voicings, a two-hand voicing is nice for the melody. So if you're thinking of a minor 7 chord, so D minor 9 or D minor 7, take the 5th of the chord, which is A, and play an A minor triad under the melody. Just like that. So I've got this in my right hand, I've got the D minor 9 in my left hand. And then for the G13, if you take a 7th chord, like a dominant 7th chord, and go to the 6th step, play a minor triad, you have a nice voicing for your right hand over that. It's called a shout. These are called shout voicings because you have more notes in the chord and they're fuller. So right here, so I have my voicing in the left hand that I'm doing, and then I've got E minor in the right hand under the D, and then just come back to that. So this is how it would sound. And then I do the hands together there. So then step it up. You do the same thing on E minor. So there's your E minor. And for E, again, we think of the 5th and a minor triad. So if you go to the 5th of an E minor chord, and you've got a B minor triad, but the B is on the top. So it's a first inversion. Okay? That's the E minor. And then for the A13, we just take the D down to C sharp. If you'll recall, I said go to the 6th scale degree and play a minor triad, and you'll have a nice shout or an upper structure voicing for this. Upper structure is like playing color tones and with the right hand. So that's F 13, 9 in the left hand. So it's like that. Okay, then when we get to the next part, you can either do a 2-5 in G, or just go straight to the D7 and just do a 5. I prefer to do that, and a lot of the versions, the original version just goes straight to the dominant 7th chord without doing the 2-5. So especially if you're a beginner starting out, that's what I would do. And it's better to improvise over. So we got a D13. And then for this one, again, I'm thinking minor, so B minor, but I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to go, you can also do an octave and then one note. You can actually just do the octave, like that. Or you can add the, just a minute, the root in, so of the B minor chord. And then just follow it down. Just like that. And then when we get to the next chord, it's a D flat 9, you're just going to take it down a half step. And then you have to follow the melody here, of course. So right here, I would do G and then the octave. Okay? And then come down to F. And then I would drop it. Okay, so. And for a major 7, and you want an upper structure on the top, you can always use a 5 chord, which is in this case a G major triad. So. Okay, and I'm doing a 6-9 here instead of a major 9. Let's see what we've got so far. I might put a couple of little turns in, a little grace notes. No, I'm not doing that the way I said, so let me go back. You can also do that. You can always do just the octave and the 5th or one note in the middle. But let's go to the way I told you to do it, which is A minor. Okay, and let's do it. Do the octave. So that way, I was doing, for the D minor 7, I was doing the E, and I was putting a little grace note. Well, no, wait, I didn't do it there. So I just kept the E in the middle. Now do the grace note. Now F sharp in the middle. Grace note. So let's do that one again. I'm going to do that set again. E minor 7. Yes, I'm going to do, for the G minor 9, and then we got C, that's like your 11 in the G, it's your 4th scale degree. Alright, and I'm going to add one more note, I'm going to add the F. And then I'm going to come here and just do this. So wait. Back up. I'm going to do 4 fourth chordal voicing here. Like that. Just like that. So what that is, it's got the fifth, the root, and the 11. And I'm just going to keep the notes there. Major, so the fifth up is C, so I'm doing a C major triad under it, under that. So let's do that again, okay? Here you can fill. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same thing on A minor. So this is your 11. Let's see. So again, I'm stacking the fourths up. Left hand is the traditional fingering. And do fourths. Okay. You could also do, let's see. So take a whole octave. Go back and do that the same way at letter B. So octave and let's see, the seventh, the F. You have to then move your thumb up if you're going to do it that way. Also, maybe just do some Freddie Green type quarter notes and letter C. So, like, let's see. Or mix it up. So you can also do stride. So here you go. Okay, let's talk about improv a little bit. Keep it simple. Okay, let me just do a little bit. If you listen to Ellington or Basie, it's less is more, and you don't want to play too much with the left hand. So let me see if I can get something going. Also, if you use these shout chord voicings, Bill Evans did that a lot, playing the hands together, and sort of, yeah, playing them at the same time. It sort of highlights the rhythm of the melody, and you don't have to do always a bunch of runs, especially on a number like this. So let's see what I can come up with. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. if you're wondering what I'm doing, A7 sharp 5. There's your 7 in your third, and then there's your 5. We're going to raise it like that. And then you can play an F major chord over that. When you have what we call an altered dominant chord, if you go to the flat 6 scale degree, minor 6, so that would, instead of F sharp, that would be F natural, play a major triad over it. Sounds really cool. Okay, so just like that. I want to talk to you about the D flat 9 chord, and that is where it says speaks Latin, that satin doll, this part. Okay, so the D7 chord, it's a mixolydian mode over it, like a major scale with a flat 7. And you can just do, you can outline the 7th chord, do dominant 7th, arpeggiate it, okay? And then when you get here, D flat 9 is substituting for G. It's a tritone substitution. All right? So G7 is the 5 of C. But if you go a tritone away, or 3 whole steps, tritone, D flat 7 has an F and a C flat for the 3 and the 7, or your shell voicing, okay? Well, look at G7. That has B and F for your 3rd and your 7. It's the same notes. That's why that works. It's done a lot in jazz, and then it takes you down a half step instead of doing 5 down to 1. Now, why am I saying this? Well, when you're doing the D flat 13, if you think up a whole step, actually, any dominant 7th chord, if you play a major triad up a whole step, you've got an upper structure. It's called what we call the Lydian dominant mode. It's, instead of doing a mixolydian mode, that would be D flat mixolydian, you raise the 4, like you were playing a Lydian mode, only it's a mixolydian mode, but with a sharp 4. Or if you think of D flat major scale, you have D flat major scale with a natural 4, or a raised 4, and a flat 7. Okay. And it's based off of the A flat jazz melodic minor scale. And if you've studied much jazz, you know that melodic, or any much piano or music, melodic minor scale is where you take the minor scale and raise 6 and 7. And in classical music, or not jazz, you would lower it going down, and it would become natural minor. Instead, we keep it raised. And that's where this comes from. Okay. So D. So for improvising over that D flat, I like to do something like this. Outline the E flat major chord, and then play C flat, it's kind of a take off the Crimea river lick, and I will explain that later, but anyway. Now that is the Crimea river lick. Do you know the song Cry Me a River? So they say, so you say you're sorry. So you say you're sorry. It's from the standard Cry Me a River, and it's used in jazz all the time. It's a lick. You might want to practice that. Okay, so now if I'm improvising over that. And I actually didn't do that. You could also do that, just play the G. Or you could do a regular one. Okay. All right, so let's go back. I'm trying to repeat. Something up and get back on. Thinking the key of F. Thinking G. Hope that gives you some ideas to work with. Enjoy. Have a good time with it.